Hi, I'm Trish from Speedwell. In this clip I'll be giving feedback on stations from a completed OSCE exam. If you haven't given feedback before, please see our Providing Online Candidate Feedback video. The link on the top right of this screen will take you there. This completed OSCE exam has 4 stations, and I'd like to focus the feedback for the candidates on the station performance, and I'd like to do that using an online feedback report. We've switched on the online candidate feedback report. It doesn't have a time limit, so I don't need to fill in a date range, and I'm not going to change the header. Here I can indicate to the candidate if they failed because of any must-pass criteria rather than because of their score. We're focusing on feedback for the stations. I'd like to display a chart using a radar, and I'd like to show the score for the candidate, and I'd like to show the average score as well, and I'd like to use the title instead of the station position for the label. I'd like to display information in a table, and from all the available columns, I've chosen the title, the grade, the score as a percentage, and performance for the candidate, which will show as an arrow. I'm not interested in groups for this report, but I am interested in showing examiner feedback. I'll display a table of feedback, and from the available columns I've chosen station title and feedback only. Once I've saved this, the online report will be available to the candidate. When the candidate logs on to delivery, as well as seeing any written exams they need to take, they can also see any online feedback reports I've set up. This candidate can see the feedback, including the candidate details, the exam details, the score, the grade, the number of stations. We're focusing on station performance. Here's our radar chart. We've used the titles as labels. The candidate score shows as the blue bubble, and the average score is a red square. So here we see the candidate performance. For PPH they scored 15, and that was the same as the average. They scored less than average for HIV, and slightly less than average for dementia diagnosis. In the table we can see the station title, we can see the grade for each station, we can see the score as a percentage for each station, and the performance arrow for each station. In the highlighted row at the bottom, we can see the overall grade, which would say pass or fail, and if the candidate failed because of a must-pass criteria, that would show as an asterisk. The overall exam score shows as a percentage, and the performance arrow tells us that this candidate was in the middle 50% of candidates. In addition to this graphical feedback, the examiner's feedback table shows the station title and all the comments that the examiner has added whilst marking the station, giving valuable comprehensive feedback to our candidates. Watch our other videos to learn more about online feedback, including marker comments in reports.